Court is in session and calls number 331080. Case is styled the State of Texas versus Herbert Wilson Jr. Mr. Wilson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wilson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, you may put your hand down. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good? That's good. Mr. Wilson, I have before me a document that is titled Information that was filed by the District Attorney's Office. This document states that on or about September 14 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Wilson, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Wilson, how do you plead? Do you plead not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
No, sir.
Listen to my question. Mr. Wilson, are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
That's true.
All right. Now, Mr. Wilson, I have before me another document. This document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line, and the initials are H.W. Jr. And it's on a line next to a box that is checked nolla contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
No contest?
Yeah, did you place your initials?
Yes.
Okay. On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Wilson, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the next document, Mr. Wilson, this next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. At the bottom of this document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Wilson, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, Mr. Wilson, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Wilson, did you sign a document out there that is titled the discovery certification? Did you sign that on paper?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Wilson, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
That's mine.
Mr. Wilson, well, State, I have before me State's Exhibits Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit. Would you also like to offer State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit? and State's
Your
Exhibit
Honor.
1? Okay.
No
Mr.
objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Wilkerson, you have advised and counseled Mr. Wilson. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 60 days, time served with court costs to be taxed and retired.
Mr. Wilson, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. In essence, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Wilson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Wilson, this will conclude your case. Please knock on the door and please follow the bill, and you have a blessed day.
That's it.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe this concludes my cases. May I be excused?
Mr. Wilkerson, this does conclude your case. You are excused and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.